All elected members voted unanimously to a motion that says that Quebec has the financial capacity of becoming a country. So even François Legault voted for that. Even the Liberal Party voted for that.
That's what Paul St. Pierre Plamondon told us about 5 minutes ago, happened in the Blue Room of the National Assembly today. This is news to us, but Marc Tanguay, the Liberals' interim leader, is on the line. Monsieur Tanguay, thanks for being here. Is that accurate, what you just heard from Paul St. Pierre Plamondon?
Yes, thanks for having me first of all. As we always said, and we have to go back to Jean Charest, Philippe Couillard, an independent Quebec can be viable, but at the end of the day, it's a bad economical decision. It's not good for the economy first. And second, also, we are proud Federalists, the Liberal Party, and again, we will be fighting against this bad proposal. So it's legitimate for a political party like the PQ and even Quebec Solidaire to promote separation, but we are standing strong against this because it's a very, very economically bad deal, but also it goes against our history. We helped building Canada, and we are proud Canadian as well.
How did that even come up? I mean, who promoted that motion? How did you get a vote on that today?
It's the Parti Québécois. It's the Parti Québécois who suggested that motion. But again, there's nothing new under the sky. Like Jean Charest mentioned and Philippe Couillard, it can be viable economically. But again, it's a really bad deal. Quebec will suffer if one day you decided to go independent, because Canada offers great economic stability. And that's perfectly clear for us.
Okay.
But you just heard very clearly there now, Monsieur Tanguay, that Monsieur St. Pierre Plamondon is using that to promote his vision of an independent, financially viable Quebec. He's literally using François Legault, the CAQ, and the Liberal Party to promote his vision now.
Yeah, but he's not going to go far with that because, again, being viable, it's one thing, but we don't want to be just viable. It's a very bad deal. It will impair Quebec economy, Quebec capacity to render all the services, the public services. It's very, very bad economically. So he's not going to go far with this because, again, for the last tens of years, it has been an admission from Jean Charest and Philippe Couillard. So the fact is now they oppose their year one plan, and it's not something that is good for Quebec's economy and Quebec future.
Okay. Can I ask you, and we didn't ask this of Mr. Plamondon, but then again, I heard him say this. We've all heard it. The big story originally is equalization payments, $13-14 billion, which all of a sudden his math suggests, it wouldn't be that big a loss. Maybe we'd still be left with about $8 billion, whereas I heard François Legault suggest that number's probably closer to $2 billion. Where are you on this?
PQ underestimates costs. Quebec they pretend that Quebec will be only responsible for around 19% of the federal debt, but at least we have a demographic weight of 22%. So the PQ is ignoring its fair share of the federal debt, and we estimate to that effect that it will cost $11 billion more to a Quebec, separated Quebec, than the estimate, which is $4.3 billion. And again, the transfer from the federal, Quebec is saying that, the Parti Québécois is saying that they will receive all the money, and they will be able to reduce the scope of the federal government, the share of the federal government. So again, this is not a viable plan. This is a suggestion that can be debated democratically. But again, it's a very, very bad deal. And we are the only true Federalist Party at the National Assembly. We heard a little bit earlier today, François Legault said, and I will be quoting him, talking about separation, it's a beautiful project, but the problem is that it's not a priority for Quebecers. End of quote. So you can see that François Legault is still a péquiste, is still a separatist, and it's just a question of timing for him, which is not, of course, the case for us. We, the Liberals, we are clearly federalists, and we have all the good reasons to be.
Something's got to give, though, right? I feel like Quebecers are hurting right now. They're hurting financially. They're hurting in terms of access to services, education, health. And the Liberal Party is not in a position to change any of those things right now. What's the first step? We keep saying you've got to have a permanent leader, and yet that's not on the table until 2025.
Yes, But we'll have, first of all, we have the report 2 weeks ago deposed by the Renewal Committee. And there's a lot of discussion internally with the Quebec Liberal Party, with the party members, and we will be sharing our ideas with the population within the next couple of months. That being said, we are 3 years from the general election of October 2026. It means that at the middle of that period of time, by spring 2025, we will have our new leader, our permanent leader, and you can count on a campaign for the leadership race that will necessitate something like 6 months. So within the next year, we will know who will be at the starting block, and we are looking to have a real race in order to have debates and to represent the government in waiting in Quebec, to replace that very bad CAQ government.
I will just ask you one last question. We're out of time. Last time around, we had a PQ government. Quebec lost 40,000 jobs in its first year, while Canada added net jobs. Do you expect that in this plan by M. Plamondon, that would be the case? Jobs would be lost initially?
Yes. I think that it will have a very negative impact on our economy. And it's good for you to make us remembering that. Remember when the PQ was in the government in 2012 and 2014, for only a year and a half, the deficit rose approximately to $3 billion in 18 months. So Parti Québécois doesn't have any credibility in terms of governing public finances. And again, this exercise with the year one budget, the same exercise as François Legault has done 18 years earlier, for us it demonstrates that there's no economical rationale. And again, for us, more than that, we are proud Canadian, and we are the only party that wants to help move Canada forward.